Hello, and welcome to another episode of Breadcast Music Talk, and another episode of The Very Best Of. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about the band Dream Theater. Dream Theater is an American progressive metal band that formed in 1985. The current members of Dream Theater are guitarist and backing vocalist John Petrucci, bassist John Myung, lead vocalist James Labrie, keyboardist Jordan Rudess, and drummer Mike Magnini. Dream Theater has 14 studio albums, 6 demo series, 2 studio series, 7 live series, and 5 cover series. Speaking of albums, let's get into the songs that I like from each of their studio albums. We begin with their 1989 first album titled When Dream and Day Unite. The songs that I like from this album are Track 1, A Fortune in Lies, Track 3, The Yitz Jam, and Track 5, Light the Fuse and Get Away. Next is their 1992 second album titled Images and Words. The songs that I like from this album are Track 1, Pull Me Under, Track 5, Metropolis Part 1, The Miracle and the Sleeper, Track 6, Under a Glass Moon, and Track 8, Learning to Live. Next is their 1994 third album titled Awake. The songs that I like from this album are Track 1, 6 O'Clock, Track 2, Caught in a Web, Track 3, Innocence Faded, Track 4, Part 1, Erotomania, Track 5 is 2, Voices, Track 7, The Mirror, Track 8, Lie, and Track 10, Scarred. Next up is their 1997 fourth album titled Falling into Infinity. I actually didn't like any of the songs from this album. It made me think of Metallica's Load/Reload era, just not good in my opinion. Next up is their 1999 fifth album titled Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. The songs that I like from this album are all of them. This is definitely one of my favorite albums of Dream Theater's. Really reminds me of the types of music that Rhapsody of Fire does, where it tells the story throughout the entirety of the album, and the story is what makes me want to keep listening to each track on the album. It's a good story-driven type of thing that film does, but in music form. Then we have their 2002 sixth album titled 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. The songs that I like from this album are Disc 1, Track 1, The Glass Prison, Disc 2, Track 1, Overture, Track 2, About to Crash, Track 3, War Inside My Head, Track 7, About to Crash Reprise, and Track 8, Losing Time/Grand Finale. Next up is their 2003 seventh album titled Train of Thought. Songs that I like from this album are Track 1, As I Am, Track 2, About to Crash, Track 3, Endless Sacrifice, Track 4, Honor Thy Father, Track 6, Stream of Consciousness. Then we have their 2005 eighth album titled Octavarium. Songs that I like from this album are Track 1, The Root of All Evil, Track 3, These Walls, Track 5, Panic Attack, and Track 8, Octavarium. Then we have their 2007 ninth album titled Systematic Chaos. Songs that I like from this album are Track 1, In the Presence of Enemies, Track 2, Forsaken, Track 3, Constant Motion, Track 4, The Dark Eternal Night, Track 8, In the Presence of Enemies, Part 2. After that is their 2009 10th album titled Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Songs that I like from this album are Track 1, A Nightmare to Remember, Track 2, A Rite of Passage, Track 4, The Shattered Fortress, Track 5, The Best of Times, and Track 6, The Count of Tuscany. After that is their 2011 11th album, titled A Dramatic Turn of Events. Songs that I like from this album are Track 1, On the Backs of Angels, Track 2, Build Me Up, Break Me Down, Track 3, Lost Not Forgotten, Track 6, Outcry, and Track 8, Breaking All Illusions. Next up is their 2013 12th album, titled Dream Theater. Songs that I like from this album are Track 1, False Awakening Suite, Track 2, The Enemy Inside, Track 3, The Looking Glass, Track 4, Enigma Machine, Track 5, The Bigger Picture, Track 6, Behind the Veil, track 7, Surrender to Reason, and track 9, Illumination Theory. Next up is their 2016 13th album titled The Astonishing. The songs that I like from this album are all of them, but you didn't see that one coming. I really love albums like this where the individual tracks work to tell a bigger story over the entirety of the album. Lastly is their 2019 14th album titled Distance Over Time. Songs that I like from this album are track 1, Untethered Angel, track 2, Paralyzed, track 3, Fall Into the Light, track 4, Barstool Warrior, track 5, Room 137, track 6, S2N, track 7, At Wit's End, and track 9, Pale Blue Dot. There you have it. That is what I think is the very best of Dream Theater. This band is really awesome, and I do recommend giving them a listen. That's all I have to say, so if you're out of the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.